welcome to online class. I am Shyam Jaria from LPM Public School. In this video, I will tell you about adverb, its position and comparison. This is my second video of topic adverb. In the first video, I have tell you about the adverbs and its kind. In this video, I will show you the position of an adverb in a sentence and how it used as a comparison. So let's start. First, we will see the position of the adverb. Then we see the comparison. So let's start without any delay. First we see position of adverb in a sentence. There are certain rules for placement of adverb in a sentence. First we see one by one all the rules. Okay, now let's see. Our first rule is adverb of a manner are placed after the verb in intransitive sentence. It means when our sentence is in intransitive form, then adverb is put just after the verb. Such as given in the example, that is, she is singing loudly. She is singing. This is an intransitive sentence. There is no object. And when we use the word here, that is loudly, and loudly is an adverb which is placed before the verb and main verb and main verb. And here she is a subject. In this, so our first rule is adverb of a manner placed after the verb in intransitive sentence. Okay, now we see second rule. Rule number 2 is adverb of a manner are placed after object in transitive sentence. When our sentence is in transitive form, then adverb is placed after the object. Here, one of the example is given here. He is a subject. Slave, it is a verb. And the guitar. Here, guitar is an object. And the word adverb is placed after the object. That is well. In this sentence, according to the rule number 2, the adverb of manner placed after object in transitive sentence. When our sentence is in transitive form, it means there is an object. So the sentence which has object is known as transitive sentence, as we have seen in the previous videos. Here, object is guitar and the adverb word is well, which is put just after the object. So now let's see third rule. Here is rule number 3, and it is adverb of a place and time are also placed after the verb if the verb is in intransitive. In the same way as we have seen in the first rule, the adverb of a manner, in the same way adverb of a place and time also placed after the verb if our sentence, or you can say the verb in a sentence, is in intransitive form, and it is put after the object when it is in transitive form. So it means in the same way as we have seen in the first and second rule, when our sentence is in intransitive form, the adverb of a place and the time is put after the verb, and if it is in transitive form, then it is put just after the object. Here the example is given. Here, just come here. The word here, it show place, so it is just put after the verb. It is a intransitive sentence. It is an intransitive sentence. And in the second case, in the second example, I will meet him tomorrow. The word tomorrow Our first sentence is in intransitive and adverb is put just after the verb. In second sentence, sentence is in transitive form and adverb is put just after the object. These are the rule of time of place and adverb of a place and adverb of a time. Now we see the fourth rule, that is, here is our fourth rule, and that is the adverb of a frequency, the adverb of a frequency, adverb of a degree and sometimes adverb of the manner are placed between the subject and the verb. It is placed between the subject and the verb if the verb is consist of only one word. Whenever verb is consist of only one word, there is no helping word. So sometimes frequency, degree and adverb of a manner put in between the subject and the verb. Here I have given the example. First one is, I always tell him to walk fast. Here I is a subject and tell is a verb. And the word always, here the word always, it is adverb and it is placed in between the subject and the verb. Here always it show adverb of a frequency and it is placed in between the subject and the verb. In the same way, in second example, I quite like that red scarf. In this word, the word quite is adverb. Here I is a subject and like is verb and our adverb is put in between the verb and the subject. So in this way, our fourth rule, the frequency, adverb of a frequency and a degree and sometimes the adverb of a manner are placed between the subject and the verb if the verb consists of only one word. Now we see rules fifth. The fifth rule is, if the verb is, it means if the verb is, am, are, is, was, were or will be in a sentence. If in a sentence our verb is, am, are, was, were or will be, then adverb are placed after the verb. It means just after this word our adverb is put or placed. As I have given the example, they are always punctual. Here the verb is are. Here are is verb and always is adverb. Punctual. So in this way, if our verb is, am, are, was, were or will be, then the adverb will place just after the verb. Here is our last rule, and that is, when an adverb modify an adjective and another adverb, then it is usually placed before the adjective or the adverb. It means in some sentences there is adjective and adverb, more than one or two adverb. So when we have to put the adverb in such sentences where verb modify adjective and verb modify adjective or another adverb, then it is usually placed before the adjective word or the adverb word. Suppose your example is given, Tom and Jerry is rather funny cartoon. Here funny, the word funny is an adjective word. Here the word funny is an adjective word and rather, the word rather is an adverb. It is placed just before the adjective. Here funny is adjective and rather is adverb. In this sentence the word adverb was put before the adjective because in this case adverb modify adjective. In this sentence our adverb modify the word adjective, that is funny. So when we have to put in such sentences, then we have to put the adverb word before the adjective word. Now we will see the comparison of adverb. Like adjective, adverb has also different form of comparison. As first is positive. First is positive degree. Second is comparative degree. Comparative degree. Third one is, that is superlative degree. As adjective, adverb is also compared in three different forms: comparative degree, superlative degree, and the positive degree. Now we will see the rules of comparison. The first rule of comparison: if the adverb has only one slave, it means if our adverb has only one slave, then its comparative degree formed by adding er, and its superlative degree is formed by adding est to its positive degree. It means we have to match comparative degree and superlative degree with positive degree by adding er in comparative degree and est in superlative degree. For example, the first column is for positive degree, second is comparative degree, and third is superlative degree. Here I have taken the word hard in positive. The word hard, it is an adverb, and the comparative degree of this, we can add er to this and it become comparative degree harder. In the same way, when we add est, it become hardest, that is superlative degree. In the same way, the second word is slow, which become slower in comparative degree, and slowest in superlative degree. The word fast is in positive degree. When we compare it, comparison between two objects or two persons, it becomes faster, and the third one is fastest. In this way, we have seen the first rule of comparison. It is as same as the degree of adjective. Comparison of adjective and the comparison of adverb are in the same way. Here, the second rule of comparison, that is the adverb ending in ly. There are the adverb which end with ly. In that case, the adverb ending in ly form their comparative degree by adding more and their superlative degree by adding most. It is when we have to make comparative degree, then we have to write more before the word, and when we have to make superlative degree, then we have to add the word most before the word, as given in the examples in this table. First column is of positive degree, second is comparative degree, in which we add the word more. In superlative degree, we add the word most. So, as the word is bravely, it is an adverb, bravely. When we have to make comparison with two or between two persons, then it becomes more bravely. And when we have to make comparison between all together, then it becomes most bravely. In the same way, the word wisely. When we have to make comparison between two persons, it is written as more wisely, and the third superlative degree will be most wisely. In the same way, the third one is swiftly, and when we have to make the comparison, it becomes more swiftly, and the last superlative degree is the most swiftly. In this way, we have seen the examples when the adverb ending with ly and then it forms comparative degree by adding more and superlative degree by adding most in the beginning of the adverb word. Now we see another. Here the last one. Some adverb form the degree of comparison in irregular way. It means there is no rule. It form in irregularly form as far, farther, farthest. But in second, late, later, latest. The third one is much, more, most. Little, less and least. In this way there are so many words which form their comparison in irregular form, that is good, better, best, or you can say far, farther, farthest for the position, and ill, worst. In this way we have seen the degree of comparison and also the position of adverb in a sentence. I hope you have understood. So, thank you for the watching. Thanks.